Hello my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are not following me on Instagram, then you may not know this, but back in January I purchased the 23andMe DNA and Ancestry test. As a mixed girl, I get asked tons of questions as to one, why is my skin so white? Why is my hair so dark? Am I sure I'm actually mixed? Is my father really my father? So on and so forth. Yeah, it's interesting being a mixed raced human. So I, for myself, just wanted to take a look-see to see what actually is in my DNA. And I know a lot of you guys are curious about this as well. So I got my results. My DNA results are in and the tests have determined he is not. I'm just kidding. So we are going to take a gander at my results, and I'm 110% sure you guys are going to be just as shook as I am. I am going to pull up my screen recording right here and let's get started. We're going to open up the 23andMe app, and the first thing that pops up is your ancestry. It says that I am 17.4% Nigerian with ancestry from 10 other populations. 10. When I first saw that, honestly, I was like, what? Who? Nigerian? Me? And then I opened it up and it says 50.3% of my DNA is sub-Saharan African. Me? And it says I'm 17.4% Nigerian, 8.8% Ghanaian, 4.5% Congolese, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. Now I know that there had to have been some African in my DNA because my family is from Jamaica, and if you don't know, Jamaica was mainly inhabited by natives, and the Spanish came over with slaves to kind of colonize the island, and then the British came over and they fought for the island. The British won. The British continued to colonize the island with slaves. I was a little thrown off by this. I thought for sure there would be at least, like, you know, something that points out Jamaica, but absolutely nothing. And then I continued to scroll down a little bit, and then it says I'm 49.1% European, so 14.4% British and Irish, 11% French, German, 2.4% Portuguese and Spanish, and then there's like 0.1% Northern Asian and Native American. So I knew I was 50% white, 50% black because my dad is black and my mother is white. I knew my mom's side of the family was European, but that is pretty much it for my DNA, or African and European. Nigerian. So weird. And I'm not saying it's weird because I'm African. I'm saying it's weird because my entire life I've always known myself to be Jamaican. Like, that's all I was ever told. Like, my mom's from Jamaica, my dad's from Jamaica, their parents are from Jamaica, my great-grandparents are from elsewhere, but on my mom's side we knew where that elsewhere was. On my dad's side, no clue. So I was just thrown for a loop. So as I continued to scroll on the Ancestry app, I noticed that there is a timeline. So in the timeline, it basically just tells me how many generations ago my ancestors were in that location, I guess you could say. So about 2 to 4 generations ago was the European, like British and Irish side, which I already knew. But it says 3 to 5 generations ago was the Ghanaian, 3 to 5 was the Nigerian, 4 to 7 generations ago we're looking at the French and German, Spanish and Portuguese side, 5 to 8 for the Jewish, 5 to 8 for the Congolese. So again, I'm assuming that my ancestors were slaves at some point on my dad's side, brought over to Jamaica, and then his side just kind of stayed there. And then again, a couple of generations ago, my mom's side came over to Jamaica. The app, it also lets me know that I have 1,084 relatives that have also done this test. And when I tap on this, it brings up all of my relatives that share the same DNA as me. I'm not gonna open it because a lot of it is actually family members. So that was really cool for me to see. Like the first page or the first 2 pages were actually cousins of mine that were second cousins or third cousins, or like my mom's cousins. I think that makes them my second cousins. So my mom's cousins or my grandmother's cousins, it was actually bringing up those people and tells me where they live, like what state or country or wherever it is that they are right now, and allows me to connect with them. So that was really cool, the app. And I know I was able to put my grandmother in touch with some of her cousins that she may not have spoken to or have lost contact with, which was really sweet. And then it gives me my Neanderthal ancestry, paternal and maternal. If my father did this test and my mother did this test, it would basically just give me a breakdown as to what genetics I got from who. So it'll be like, you got this, this, and this from your dad, and you got this, 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 and this from your mom. The next part of the test, so I got the health test and the DNA test. So the health test basically just gives me reports on things that I may carry or health predispositions, so genetic health issues that I may have inherited, traits, and a wellness report. What I found really interesting was the traits report. So it basically just tells me, like, based on my genetic makeup, I have a 50-50 chance of being able to match a musical pitch. Asparagus odor detection, likely to smell. A little weird, but so true. I can definitely smell when I've had asparagus. Sorry, that's too much information. Probably shouldn't share it. Cheek dimples, likely no cheek dimples. So true. I do not have dimples. I mean, I have like a little indentation here, but I just can't tell if that's just because I have really chubby cheeks. So eye color, likely brown or hazel, which is true, I have brown eyes. Fear of heights, you were able to determine based off of your genetics. More likely than average to be afraid of heights, which is 110% true. I am terrified of heights, but I'm okay with it if I'm strapped into something. So I can go rock climbing and be totally cool with rock climbing because I know I'm strapped into this like pulley system that will help save my life, I guess you could say. If there is no harness, you will not find me there. Hair photo bleaching. So more likely to experience hair photo bleaching, which is basically when you spend a lot of time in the sun, your hair goes lighter. It's always been my case when I was younger. I haven't really noticed it much as an adult because I've always colored my hair. But as a kid, my hair always went super, super, super blonde whenever I was in the sun, and I will insert a picture for you guys to see that as well. Hair texture was where they got wrong. They said my hair texture is more likely straight or wavy. We all know that ain't the case with my hair. Hair thickness, less likely to have thick hair. False again. We all know there's a lot of this on my head. Misophonia? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please don't come for me. Less likely to hate chewing sound. False. I hate when people chew with their mouth open. It drives me insane. Skin pigmentation. This one is a fun one. So one of the questions I always get asked is, why is my skin so white? Why are your siblings so much darker than you? Why are you so white? Well, according to this test, based on my genetics, I'm more likely to have lighter skin. So 39% of people who share the same genetic makeup as me have light beige skin, which is my skin color, and less than 1% have dark brown skin. 6% have light brown skin, 16% have olive skin. So out of my siblings that my mother said, no, you know what? We're gonna make you white. Your other siblings, they can have a nice dark complexion, but you're gonna be white. I would love to have a darker skin color. Love. But I mean, here we are. Wake up time, this is what I found interesting. Wake up time, likely to wake up around 9 a.m. So true. Don't talk to me before 9 a.m. like at all, period. I don't function, my brain doesn't function. I could go to bed at like 8 p.m. the night before and I still cannot function before 9 a.m. That was it for my traits report. So all in all, I would say that the 23andMe test was pretty interesting, and I'm happy that I did get it done. Like I said, I didn't have the greatest relationship with my father growing up, so there's a lot health-wise on his side of the family that I don't really know, whether or not they might be carriers for certain things that I could have inherited. So this test definitely helped me put my mind at ease. So for price breakdown, to get just the ancestry test, it's $129 Canadian, and to get the health and ancestry, it's $249 Canadian. So if you are like me and you don't really know one side of your family and you're curious to figure out what genetics you may or may not have inherited and what health risks you may be predisposed to, then I would definitely suggest getting the health and the ancestry test. But honestly, if I knew everything there was to know about like the health side of my family, I would have just done the ancestry part. I found that probably the most interesting, and I found that I learned so much more about myself and my genetics and my family just by doing this test. This is not sponsored whatsoever at all. I did hesitate getting the test for a very, very long time, but since having our daughter and being curious to figure out what she's inherited from both of us, I know that my fiance and I were very interested in getting this test done. So if you are interested in getting a test or trying out 23andMe or Ancestry.com, I will have links down below in the description box for you. Obviously not affiliate links, not sponsored. This video is not sponsored whatsoever. I have no discount code to offer you. I just did this out of sheer fun and to kind of inform you guys on me personally. Also, remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to join our little family. We are almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is so crazy for me to even think. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for being part of this journey with me and for putting up with my random hiatuses that I've been taking lately. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.